Hello friends, today we are going to discuss DSSS with coherent BPSK. DSSS, that is direct sequence spread spectrum with coherent binary phase shift keying. So the objective of today's lecture is to understand the DSSS with coherent BPSK. The spread spectrum technique, which we have discussed in the previous lectures, which is called as a direct sequence spread spectrum technique, which is used in practice for transmission of signal over a bandpass channel, for example satellite channel. For such an application, the coherent binary phase shift keying is used in the transmitter and demodulator is used in the receiver side. So here we can see the first block, that is NRZ encoder, is used. So here the binary data sequence D of t, it is converted into NRZ signal, that is B of t, by using NRZ encoder. The NRZ signal B of t is then used to modulate the PN sequence C of t, generated by the PN code generator. The transmitter of this, it uses two stages of modulation. First stage uses a product modulator or multiplier, and this, that is B of t and C of t multiplied as its inputs, and the second stage consists of bandpass binary phase shift keying. So this is the modulator and this is the BPSK modulator, product modulator plus BPSK modulator. So the output of product modulator, we are getting M of t over here. The modulated signal at the output of the product modulator, that is M of t, is used to modulate the carrier for the BPSK modulation. So the transmitted signal, this is what basically a spreaded signal M of t, which is again multiplied with BPSK signal. For BPSK modulator, we are having the carrier, that is continuously sinusoidal carrier over here, which is multiplied with spreaded signal to generate X of t, which is a DSSS BPSK signal. Here the product modulator output is M of t, that is nothing but B of t multiplied with C of t. It is an NRZ signal with amplitudes plus minus 1 volts. So the carrier voltage can be mathematically expressed here is under root of 2 ps sine 2 pi fct. Here X of t is M of t into carrier signal, that is V carrier of t. So what we are getting, X of t, that is our output, M of t, which is a spreaded signal multiplied with under root of 2 ps sine 2 pi fct. But here we know that is M of t can be plus minus 1. So X of t, which is multiplication of M of t with your carrier signal, that will become like plus minus under root of 2 ps sine 2 pi fct. So either your X of t will be plus under root of 2 ps sine 2 pi fct or minus under root of 2 ps sine 2 pi fct. So whenever a positive M of t will be sent and it is multiplied with the carrier, our output generated at the transmitter will be plus under root of 2 ps sine 2 pi fct. And when the M of t will be negative, on that time our output, that is DSSS BPSK signal, will be minus under root of 2 ps sine 2 pi fct. So here we can see thus the phase shift of X of t is 0 degree corresponding to positive M of t, and it is 180 degree corresponding to negative M of t. So this was the block diagram for DSSS BPSK transmitter and the mathematical expression. Now we can see the waveforms. So here we have considered a modulating signal, that is B of t over here, that is 1 initially, then 0 and again 1 over here. Now we can find out a PN sequence which is generated with the help of PN sequence code generator, that is C of t, which is generating a code like 10100111010. So now each and every sequence will be multiplied with 1 bit of your modulating signal. So now it is 1. Okay, so this is a PN sequence. Even though we are saying that PN sequence, that is pseudo random sequence, pseudo noise sequence, it is random in nature, But we can see here the same sequence we are getting after some time, after some number of cycles. So if you want to truly generate a random signal, the number of flip-flops, number of shift registers which are used, that will get increased. Okay, so this is our 1PN sequence. This is 1 bit time, that is TB, and this is what basically 1 chip time, that is TC. Now we can find out the multiplication, that is output of product modulator B of t into C of t. So if this signal is multiplied with +1, the same we are getting, and if the same signal is multiplied with -1, the inverted signal we are getting here. So it is starting from minus. Similarly, we are having 1 again, 1 bit, so the same signal will be present here. So this is basically output of product modulator. Now we can see that output it is applied to the BPSK transmitter. There is M of t is equal to B of t into C of t. For example, it is 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 1. Now, if it is once applied to BPSK modulator, we know what is the working of or what is the function of BPSK modulator that we have seen in the last lectures. So DSSS BPSK signal will become like whenever there is a transition, that is if 1 is there, 1 bit 1 is there, then as it is carrier we are getting, for 0 bit we are getting inverted carrier. So it is starting from negative. Again it is 0, so here we can see it is starting from negative, but whenever again data change we are having, we are getting a 180 degree phase shift here. So these are the waveforms for DSSS BPSK. Now coming to the DSSS BPSK receiver, again it's a coherent BPSK detector. So and we know that is in DSSS, that is direct sequence spread spectrum, the same PN code which is used at the transmitter side, same should be used at the receiver side. So what we are doing, we are considered X of t over here as a DSSS BPSK signal. Then the PN code generated, the output of the same, what we have considered, that is C of t. It is given to the product multiplier. So we are getting the output, and that output is given to the coherent BPSK detector. It's a coherent BPSK, so locally generated carrier it is used over here. So we are getting our output signal back after detection. So this is the DSSS receiver. Here, for the proper operation, the spread spectrum system requires a local PN sequence at the receiver to by synchronized with the PN sequence at the transmitter. So the synchronization is carried out in two parts, the acquisition and tracking. There are some performance parameters of DSSS system, that is processing gain, probability of error and jamming margin. So here the received signal and the locally generated carrier and the replica of PN sequence are applied to a multiplier, which is the first stage of multiplication, and in second stage the multiplier performs a despreading operation over here, and the output of the multiplier it is then applied to a coherent BPSK detector with a local carrier applied to it. So at the output of coherent BPSK detector we will get back our original sequence, data sequence back. Now we'll see some advantages. The system has a very high degree of discrimination against the multipath signals. Therefore, the interference caused by the multipath reception is minimized successfully. It has better noise immunity. The system combats the intentional interference most effectively. Coming to the disadvantages, comparatively the system is slow if you compare with FHSS. It requires high bandwidth. Then the synchronization is affected by the variable distance between the transmitter and the receiver. The applications of DSSS BPSK. It is used in the low probability of intercept signals. It is used in military and many commercial applications. The code division multiple access with direct sequence spread spectrum, and it is used in IEEE 802.11b and ZigBee also. So these are the so many applications of the DSSS, and as I told you, the performance parameters, that is processing gain, which is nothing but bandwidth of spreaded signal to the bandwidth of unspreaded signal over here, and the probability of error Here we are having PE is equal to half of ERFC under root of EB by JTC, whereas EB is a bit energy and J is average interference power, whereas TC is a chip duration. And one more we are having, that is jamming margin also. In jamming margin you can easily find out it is basically G by PS, which is nothing but PG divided by EB by NO. So where EB by NO is minimum, it is the minimum bit energy to noise density ratio needed to support a prescribed average error probability. So here we have seen number of advantages of DSSS system, the applications of DSSS system also. And if you see the features of DSSS system, it provides a good security against potential jamming or interpretation. It is extremely effective against narrowband jamming signals. The narrowband communication signals can coexist with DSSS signals, and the last, that is the DSSS signal, is not very effective against broadband interference. So as the application includes to combat the intentional interference, to reject the unintentional interference, then in the low probability of intercept signals, it is used in obtaining the message privacy also. Thank you.